good morning. Oh, I really not given a chance to sleep. Okay, why do I say that? Because when I wake up in the morning, I was like, wow, why my phone got like 100 over message though. Customer lah, property agent chat group lah, company group lah, everything wow, flooded I tell you. Anyway, I sleep very early one because of my daughter. Sometimes I need to make her to sleep everything. Then sometimes I sleep at 8 plus 9 plus. Okay, very healthy one. Then I wake up at 6:30. Then like whoa, so many people call me. So many people message. And then I really like whoa. Customer tell me, Aaron, you got video to do already. So there's a cooling measure. Well, then once I see the cooling measure, what happened is I faster go and release my Christmas video because my Christmas video was done before the cooling measure. So if you haven't watched my Christmas video, right, you should go and watch my Christmas video. My Christmas video was done 1 week ago, and I talk about the property price at the threshold. I talk about next year property prices. I talk about how the en bloc and don't FOMO and whatsoever lah. Then everything I talk about come out this leh. Then I like better release that video first lah. But anyway, that video is still applicable because you see I already came out the video last week, intend to release in Christmas, because I feel that there's this threshold price too high. I feel that there's going to be some changes, and then nevertheless something happened. Then the thing that happened is like they also think that I'm correct. Okay lah, no lah, I don't know whether they think I'm correct or not, but because the price also increased very high, 9%, 15%, so the government also come up with this cooling measure lah. Okay, so we gotta keep this video very short and sweet because I don't want to talk and then tell you all the funny thing, and also because this is very fresh to me. But I already read through a lot of discussion, a lot of message from the chat group and everything, and I also have my own opinion. Okay, so the first thing we're going to talk about is higher ABSD. Higher ABSD from 12%, 17%, foreigner from 20% to 30%. Then if it's an entity, it's from 25% to 35%. However, if you buy first property, there's no change. There's no additional buyer stamp duty. If you are PR, you buy first property, also no change. It's 5% stamp duty. Sorry, it's my sensor. Okay, then so what I want to talk about is that now ABSD, to me, I don't care because I have never encouraged people to pay ABSD. I never think that ABSD is worth it to pay, to be frank, because I did a lot of calculation. I feel that ABSD is actually the thing that will cause you to not earn money, because everything you earn will actually go to ABSD. So I have never encouraged people to use ABSD to buy property or pay ABSD. And also those people that like to buy first and say they got a lot of money and sell later, and then they want to re-emit the ABSD later, then now you have to pay higher ABSD lah, 17% lah. So if you buy first, then you pay 17% first, then you hope that you really sell away to take back the 17%. So that this how ABSD is affecting. But if you ask me today, if you are married, husband and wife buy one by one, there's still no ABSD. So I don't really think that this ABSD is a very big impact. I feel that this ABSD is to curb those that is very rich and willing to pay ABSD, or maybe I won't say foreigners. You know why? Because foreigner already 20%, now 30% is even worse. It's like 20% I really don't think a lot of people is buying. Now 30% is going to be even worse. This is why my direction for a lot of my customers, I always tell you must understand, Singapore property is not a property that foreigners can come in and take big money and start throwing, and then the Singaporeans lose out. It will never happen one. Okay, so ABSD, that's it. Next, Titan TDSR, loan total debt servicing ratio for 60% and 55%. Okay, this is the crucial part. Okay, anyway, you all must understand. Last night I was sleeping. The news came at about 11:30. Then the newspaper started to report it at about 11:40 to 11:55. Some 12 o'clock. I think CNA was 12 o'clock. Do you know why or not? The reason is because anything that take effect today will be higher, will apply to all these rules already. You know, previously when the government released cooling measure, they released at like 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Then everybody dashed to the show flat. So today, MMD, Ministry of National Development, they're very smart. They released at 11:45, so you got no time to dash to the show flat. The developer also no time to open for you. Some sellers already asleep. So how many people that actually managed to sign the OTP in the last 30 minutes? I don't really think so lah. I really don't really think so. It's too sudden. And a lot of people are already asleep. Where would they expect this cooling measure come out? So this time MMD already prepared for this big bomb to drop one. So now you all understand why is it released at 11:30 p.m. Okay, so tighten the TDSR, the tightening of a total debt servicing ratio from 60% to 55%. Okay, what does it mean? It means that last time, right, if your income is, let's say, 100,000 a year, you can borrow maybe 100 over 1,000. You can borrow about 1 million. Just now I calculated was 1,130,000 around there. Then because of this threshold 60 to drop to 55%, right? Your yearly income of 100,000, now your TDSR, I talk about no expenses, because of the lowering of TDSR of 55%, now you can only loan about 1.02 million, means your loan drop about 100,000. Okay, is it a big thing? I'll say yes, it's actually quite a big thing, because a lot of people, right, they are using the 60% TDSR to calculate how much they can loan, how much they can buy. Then that's how they calculate their budget. So today, most of their budget will drop 50 to 100,000 to 150,000, because just now the calculation I calculate for you, if the loan amount is about 1 million, 1.1 million, you're actually buying about something about 1.3 to 1.4 million. So now their budget will actually drop 100,000. So it's actually a big impact. So I would say out of all these cooling measures, this is the biggest impact. But this impact actually impacts the new launch. When I talk about new launch, we talk about really new launch private, not EC. Later I explain why. It affects the new launch, only new launch and resale private property. Okay, lender, all these things are all included lah. It doesn't include EC. The reason is because EC is not using TDSR. EC is using MSR 30 years. So I haven't really read the transcript or whatever that the government has come up with, but according to this explanation, EC is not being affected. EC new launch is not being affected because it's not using TDSR. Is your HDB affected? Also not affected. So don't spread rumors, okay? HDB is also not affected because HDB is using MSR. So this thing really will hit the private market, whether is it new launch or resale, but the EC new launch market is actually not affected. Okay, I don't want to repeat it. Reduce loan to value limit for HDB granted loan from 90 to 85%. So if you today you take a HLE from the government, it's 90% max loan. But if you know that you still need to deduct away all your OA lah, then left 20% CPF OA only and whatsoever, now only can take 85 max. Okay, this is if you take a loan with the government. If you don't take the loan with the government, this thing don't apply. It's still 75%. So actually, if you ask me, I would say that HDB is actually not affected much, or not affected. I cannot say that it's not affected at all, but not affected much. How do I think that this 90-85% effect is that those people that think that, hey, my income is very high, young couples, they think that their income is very high, but they got not enough down payment, they can take 90% loan, so actually they can go and buy those like 600, 800, 700,000 houses, because their down payment is very little, but they can go to the government because maybe their income very high. They can go to the government and take a 90% loan, but they cannot do so anymore. So the down payment part has to increase. So those young couples that don't have too much down payment, they won't be buying those very expensive HDB anymore. They will have to rethink their strategy. Okay, that's how it works. But if you ask me, is this 90% to 80% really affecting? I frankly tell you that it's not, because today if you go back and take a bank loan, it's still 75%. There is no change. So today if you go and buy a resale HDB, you take a bank loan, nothing change. Okay, nothing change. Okay, to me, I feel that this is a smoke bomb. Smoke bomb because the government come out with this cooling measure, right? Definitely it will affect the real estate market one, because every time a cooling measure come out, right, it's like boom, then everybody will be more cautious about it. So this is the effect of the cooling measure. But if you ask me the realistic theoretically effect of this cooling measure, I would say that only the private market is really affected by the 60 to 55% TDSR threshold. The HDB one, it just give young couples that doesn't have down payment but have high income to take high loan another smoke bomb for them to reconsider and think properly. So all these things are actually, to be frank, you say that is to push the property price drop. I think property price drop is actually an effect of this thing. Effect meaning that this thing is actually to help Singaporeans understand that you have to be very prudent with your purchase. Stop loaning too much money, stop buying too high a property, stop getting into too high a mortgage loan. Because if you realize this 60 to 55%, 90 to 85%, they are actually different things, but they have the same interpretation. They are telling Singaporeans that you cannot loan so much money for property anymore, you know. Reduce your property loan, reduce your property quantum purchase, and the additional buyer stamp duty is very good because it gives an extra whoosh into the market to tell the foreigners that you are going to pay 30%. Your ABSD is going to be 17%. I feel that this ABSD will actually affect the very, very rich category or the very, very expensive property, because most of these people that is very, very rich, they are not buying their first property. A lot of time they are paying ABSD, and there is still there's still a small percentage of foreigners coming to buy, and they agree to pay 20% previously. Now they have to pay 30%. I think 20 to 30% is a very big jump. It's 10%. So for 2 million, you have to pay extra 200,000 ABSD. Okay, extra ABSD, but 30% is actually 600,000 ABSD for a 2 million property. So I think the impact is big, but it doesn't cover to, like, it doesn't affect most of the Singaporean buyers. Even for PR, it's not going to affect, because PR, you go back to HDB market, you go back to private market, it's still 5%. It's actually okay lah, because all along you all have been paying 5%. It's not saying that they increase so that you all cannot buy. Yeah, but good for those people that didn't have high income previously but wanted to buy a private property, and you already bought, then good for you, because now maybe last time you can buy 800,000, now you can only buy 750,000 because of your budget and your loan. So this thing will actually still affect a small group of people, but will it affect a big group? I don't think so. But like I say, a cooling measure is a smoke bomb. Eventually the market will cool down, things will start to slow down a lot, and especially now is like Christmas season, then New Year, then Chinese New Year is very early, 1st or 2nd Feb. Then the January 1 month is going to be I would say it's going to be a tip of an iceberg. We also don't know, like it's just at the start, you know, whether January will fly or not. It's very hard to fly also, because this cooling measure come normally every year January will boom go out one, because it's like a New Year resolution. But because of this cooling measure now plus the Chinese New Year, the January gap is getting very small. Last time Chinese New Year is 20th or 13th Feb, and now it's 1st Feb. So the gap for people to recover from New Year, then wait for Chinese New Year, then you don't need to 大扫除 1 week before, 1-2 weeks before Chinese New Year, we left with 2 weeks. So I feel that the January impact is also going to slow down a lot this next year. Yeah. So that's it for today's video. Pardon me for being in this attire. I'm actually going for my Muay Thai boxing training, but because all the message come in then also later I got a lot of things to do. So I thought like, never mind be in this attire . Then you all will say, Aaron, actually like that look better, look more relaxed. More and more relaxed. Relax until singlet also come out. Okay, so that's it. Hope you like the video. Hit the subscribe button, like button. Oh yeah, remember go and watch the Christmas video, because I still think that the Christmas video is applicable. Just that most of the impact is going to be amplified, and I actually write in the description of the Christmas video. So please go and watch it. Hit the like button, subscribe button. I see you in the next episode, and bye bye.